Welcome back to After the Whistle. If there's one word you can describe Dickinson State football above all else, it's consistency. Another year coming off a North Star Conference title, but it's another year coming off the sting from a tough postseason exit. Not a whole lot can keep the Blue Hawks off the field. Even in the elements, Dickinson State knows the importance of putting in the work during the spring.
Just the amount of energy everyone has right away. It's tough to come out on days like this where it's cold and windy, but everyone shows up on time. Everyone's ready to roll, and they take it serious. And it's just great to be. We got a great group of guys, and like I said, I'm trying to soak it all up. And, it's just the amount of the attitude that we have as Blue Hawk football. So.
It's a time for the returners to ensure a place on the depth chart and make an impression with the coaching staff, one that is preaching one word over all else.
Consistency is key because you can't have one bad, you can't have let one thing deteriorate the whole practice. You got to make sure that when there is highs, you remain calm, and when there's lows, you don't panic. So I think staying equal, can create a good balance.
Head coach Pete Stanton, at the helm for 22 seasons, is getting a good look at players who have yet to take a rep for the Blue Hawks. Many red shirts getting a crack at the system for the first time.
Now they got to spend the spring doing that, and that's one of the things that we try to do, and we'll do more live situation with our younger guys. We know what our older guys can do, and we'll keep them pretty limited, especially with contact, but it's really a good opportunity for our young guys to see where we're at, plus to keep our guys that played a lot in the past sharp.
The defense has the potential to be a strength for Dickinson State, playing a ton of young players last year that now have the experience in the NAIA.
We returned 9 starters from last year, and again, when we went to that playoff game against Grandview last year, we had 6 freshmen starting, so we do, return some guys there. We returned 3 guys in the secondary, Keith Mischke from Mandan at linebacker, and obviously Crew Madden from Dickinson on their defensive front, one of the better players in the conference.
It's a work-hard mentality for the unit, one that is looking to fly at the ball on every play.
That ball's ours when it's in the air, and when it's on the ground, our number one goal, one of the main things of Blue Hawk football is stop the run. So, Coach there, I think, is pounding in our heads that we got to be relentless defense, and it starts right now. Right now on the field during 2 minutes, Skelly, whatever it may be against our offense. We got to be relentless and get to the ball, and just work our tails off every play. So
on the offense, there will be question marks, including filling the void left by quarterback Drew Bodeker and top wide receiver Tiger Fry. Hoping the returners will not miss a step with an offense that scored nearly 40 points per game.
With someone like him, there's always going to be big shoes to fill. So I think it's not just about me, but it's about the entire unit. Everybody, all the receivers stepping up and getting better every day.
There could be a look to run the ball more in 2022. One that could open things up in the offense once the passing game gets comfortable.
Just the fact that we're pretty multiple, I think we got a lot of weapons, and we always want to be able to run the ball, and we have to be able to run the football, and that's always our number one goal. But if people are taking that away, we think we have the ability to get it to some pretty talented receivers. We have a good blocking tight end, again, Brantley, and Nate Schumacher's a guy that returns as well, and so we got a lot of guys that we want to be as multiple as we can.
And even with all the trophies and banners of past success decorating the facility, it's all about the now for Dickinson State.
What we talk about all the time is, last year was a great year, and that was last year. And you can talk about that someday with your kids or your parents or wherever, but this year is this year's team. Our 22 team is this year's team, and we have to have an identity. We have to go through that process. And we talk to our guys all the time. It's not that end result, it's the process that you go through.
I think we can do a lot of great things. We have a tough start to the fall with our first 3 games, but we just got to come out and play good, and I think that sky's the limit, I guess.
The Blue Hawks are set to play their spring game on Thursday afternoon.